Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Larry at Heisenberg Forest Products with our weekly live video. So 2 weeks in a row. So I hope you've had a great week. We sure have. If you look at the, it feels a little bit like fall today. Not that it's cold, but it's, you get that feeling that summer is coming to an end already. So leaves haven't changed. Louise and I, we were talking about that. If you look at our big birch here, the leaves are still holding on. Lots of fruit on our mountain ash trees, and our gardens are late, with the exceptions of tomatoes. Actually, Louise pulled out a lot of tomatoes this week, and she spent most of the week canning tomato. It's a sauce, I think, that she makes, and some green beans. So that's great. The corn is slowly growing, so we're hoping for a late fall, because if we get an early frost, I will have no corn this year. So it's one of those things. So we're walking onto the property here, and you'll see that we've done quite a bit of work this week. Adrian is helping me stack. I had room for 9 face cords there in this block, and then we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, almost 15 face cords. So we did some work because Louise was focusing on the garden. She didn't get a chance to bag any campfire wood, but we're well stocked, so there's no rush for that. So right here is where we keep our campfire wood. I ended up moving these 2 skids out of the way, because when I bring my trailer to stack here, I need the room to pull up and then back up into this block. So right now, my plan is to finish up this block this week if possible. We'll see if I can make that happen. We got a bit of a busy week coming up. My son Alex is heading out to Ireland, and we're going to bring him to Pearson Airport on Tuesday. So that's going to be a hard one for Dad. My firstborn is moving away, and we won't get to see him for a while. But we're happy for him. It's a great experience, and I believe in encouraging our kids to pursue their dreams, because I sure did pursue mine, even though I didn't go very far from where I grew up. I did things my own way. So we spent the day yesterday, by we I mean Adrian and I spent the day yesterday just cleaning up the lot. So if you remember last week, I had quite a bit of wood right there. So we finished processing all that wood. There's a little pile there that I also processed, and we cleaned up this whole area here. And next week the goal is to get these pallets stacked beside the blue ones here. So I've got a few pallets right there at the end. I'm going to move these to the front, and then we're going to start stacking those pallets here beside them, and I use them to hold my tarps down. So if you look down there where I have some shavings there, I've covered the shavings with a tarp, and then I put the pallets on top to hold the tarp on the shavings. So that's that. I moved the processor yesterday, cleaned it up, greased it, and we also adjusted the conveyor belt. So I tried to do it on my own, not really knowing what I was doing, and I spent about an hour playing around with it, trying to adjust, till I finally gave up and went and got my buddy Steve, who's our mechanic. He came and helped me adjust the conveyor belt. So I'll show you here what we did. So we had to loosen up these bolts here that hold that roller. So there's a couple bolts right here. We loosen those up on each side, and then we adjusted the belt. So you can see the belt now is running pretty much down the middle. And he also had to loosen up these bolts up there to adjust the top roller. So right now, pretty happy with this. It's all set up, and hopefully we can get some work some work done this week. We'll see. It's going to be an emotional day on Tuesday. We're planning not to drive back the same day. I might go crash at my brother's and then come back on Wednesday. They're calling for rain on Tuesday anyway, so I'll get not much done probably Tuesday, Wednesday. So thinking tomorrow, if it's a nice day, we'll work hard, try to get a few more cords in, and then I'll be back on the Thursday. And they're calling for nice weather all week, so that's great. What else? I'm looking at my notes here again. Yeah, so spent the day yesterday cleaning up the lot. There's still work to do. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than what it was. I have a bit of wood here to split. I tried splitting it with an axe, and it's pretty hard. So I'm gonna take out my kinetic splitter at some point and try to get those split. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it for me or if I'm going to just put it in the pile and sell it. But I've got, I would say, a couple of face cords here. See? So, and I've cut most of the stuff. There's still a few pieces I need to cut, but if you look at this stuff, it's gnarly. It's going to be, and the worst part is I have to pick those up. So I had 3 pieces of wood here that I had cut for a guy he wants to make, I think, tables with them or something. So he came and picked those up yesterday, so that's out of the way. And I got a bit of work here. I'll probably choose a day when the kids are back at school. I'll just spend the day doing this work here. And I'm thinking I might just keep that wood for me to burn in our own wood stove. Not next year, but the year after. So that's kind of the plan for that. Once I'm done at the front, so I've got one more square to finish where I should fit about 17 cords in there. I'm going to start building this way, so I'd like to put a couple squares here in the fall. And it's all dependent on weather. We've sold a bit of maple yesterday, and I sold some birch earlier this week. So it was busy enough. So the maple, we're well stocked in maple right now. We sell our wood by the face cord, so 4 feet high by 8 feet wide by 16 inches. Our pieces they vary from 15 to sometimes 17 inches, and all the smaller stuff I throw on top. So this stuff is pretty dry right now. I picked this up, and if you're planning for next winter, this is perfect stuff. And it's hot today. You could feel that heat and a bit of wind, and it's perfect drying conditions. So I'm just gonna pick up this piece here. Okay. So maple 160 a face cord, well stocked. So I'm not worried about running out of maple. I got a bit of poplar left, about 5 cords or 5 face cords, I should say. And we sell that at $130 a face cord, so I'm sure somebody's going to pick that up soon. And then I think I'm down to 5 face cords of birch at $140 a face cord. So right here you can see that I've got 3 blocks here, all maple or maple mix, hardwood. It's nice stuff, and that's drying. So that'll be ready for the fall also. With the heat that we're in right now, even today, you can see it's cracking. See how it's cracking at the ends? So if this stuff was moved into a shed, it would dry even quicker. So if you're buying firewood, you need to store it in a shed away from the elements, and a shed that wind can get through it too. So I've got, if you look at this, I've got quite a bit of stock here. I like to look at this. Let me show you right here. Look at. So that's a lot of wood, and it's been a busy. I've done more or less most of this in the last couple of weeks. So I've been spending a lot of time in the wood yard. It takes my mind off of a lot of little things I'm worrying about right now, so it's a good place for me to be. So I'm enjoying this time in the wood yard. I'm very grateful to be able to work here. I'm just looking at my notes again. Oh yeah, so this last week Adrian finally finished moving all my racks out of the way. We've cleaned up this area here. So we used to have uh, blue pallets and racks all over this place, so now this is all gone. So I'm gonna mow this with my little lawn tractor, and it'll start growing and look nice from the pool area. So that's why we moved all of this. Yeah, so this week I worked 4 days, probably produced about 25 face cords of wood. Friday we spent in Sudbury with the kids. We went to Ramsey Lake. There's a kind of a splash park that's set up on the lake there, so the kids played in the splash park. And Louise and I went on a Cortina boat for the afternoon. It was nice. We went on a ride on Ramsey Lake, so that was nice. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, I'm looking for some IBC totes. So they seem to be hard to come by in this area. So if you know someone who's selling some IBC totes, I'm looking to buy at least one, and I want like the whole thing. So I want the metal cage and the bladder piece, the plastic piece. And I'll show you once I get one. I'll show you what my plan is for that. So that's something I'm planning. I'm planning something with that stuff. Yeah, I think that's about it. So to wrap this up, because I want to go in and have a quick lunch before supper. So right now, 3 species of wood available. All our wood is sold by the face cord, and a face cord is 4 feet high by 8 feet wide by 16 inches, 16-inch pieces. We've got some poplar at $130 a face cord, some birch at $140 a face cord, and some maple at $160 a face cord. So that's for the wood. If I flip over here, I've got lots of campfire bags available. We sell those at $10 each, or 11 bags for $100. Our bags measure 24 by 24, and they fit 1.7 cubic feet of material in there, so of wood. So that we're well stocked. We have also under this first set of tarps, I've got some shavings. We store shavings in co-op bags that measure 24 inches by 36 inches, and we sell those at $7 a piece, or 10 for $60. And finally, we've got some birch bark that we sell at $5 a bag, and we end up giving a lot of that stuff. We clean up the birch bark and we use it to start fires. So that's what we have here. A reminder that you're seeing this video on our business page on Heisenberg Forest Products, which is on Facebook, but I also have a YouTube channel, and I take my videos from the Facebook page and I download them and upload them onto our YouTube channel, which is called Breaking Wood 68. So if you look for Breaking Wood 68 on YouTube, you'll find all of our videos. We also have a web page, breakingwood.com. On there, I've got a video page with the last 4 weeks of videos on there. So that's also accessible through there. So our email, sales@breakingwood.com, now works. And I try to do these videos every Sunday. Now I took a bit of a break this summer, but I'm back up, and I'm going to keep producing these videos as long as I'm working in the woodyard. So I'm hoping that I'll get to work in here till about November, before winter hits. And I'll be producing these live videos once a week, usually on Sundays. The only thing that derails that is if it's raining on a Sunday and I know it's going to rain, sometimes I'll have it on the Saturday. So I think that's all I want to share today. So I hope that everybody's enjoying the end of the summer. And that you're having a great weekend. I know some of my colleagues are back at work now, so for me, for the first time in my life, or in a very long time, I don't have to go back into school. Even though last year I retired at the end of August, I ended up working a couple weeks in August. So this year, I'm going to be focused on this project here, and till the snow hits. After that, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing, but I'll figure it out then. So, signing off, another wonderful day, and I'm glad that you're sharing this time with me, and we'll see you next Sunday. Ciao.